you will see a city hall that at one time was a clock tower. Great Scott. This was used for Back to the Future and Back to the Future 2. Now, the original script for Back to the Future actually called for a nuclear explosion to take them back to the future, which was a very ambitious idea. The only problem is it would have put them way over budget. So they came into this area, they looked at the clock tower, they thought, what if we used a lightning bolt instead? Which saved them $4 million and made the ending really interesting. So sometimes the challenges you face while you're making a movie can actually make a movie better if you have a director who can think outside of the box and come up with a creative idea, and they did. Now we're going to take you out of our small town. We're turning on to New York Street, which is the heart of our big city. Our New York Street has its own financial district. It has its own Broadway theaters. We have everything we need to make Jimmy Fallon feel right at home.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. I once got mugged over there. An old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! It's cool, guys. I was just, just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
In fact, you could make it here in the American Ninja Warrior contest. They built their big obstacle course right down the center of New York Street. That's right. Now, this street has also had two different Spider-Man slinging webs down it. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield both worked here on New York Street. Chris Evans worked here as Captain America in Captain America First Avenger. Brooklyn Nine-Nine had their series finale right here. This area gets so much use for filming. It gets used in everything from movies, television. A lot of musical videos happen in this area as well. It is a popular area. Very, very popular. But we're going to take you out of our concrete jungle because we've got a date with a real jungle. In fact, let's talk to a director who's had experience in all kinds of jungles. This director knows a thing or two about a thing or two. What's up, Peter Jackson?
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready.
Now, I'm just going to remind everybody to please remain seated and hold on tight to those belongings. Things can get a little bumpy on Skull Island. This is also a good time to turn off the flash on your cell phones and cameras so you don't mind Jesse. Here we go, everyone. Hold on tight. Ooh, cute. It's a slow-moving roller coaster, but still, it's fun, right? I take my thrills where I can get them. Now we're going to recreate a little rainstorm here in Old Mexico. When we want a rainstorm for the movies, what we do is we start with a strobe light for a lightning effect. And then, if this were an actual movie, we would add the thunder in post-production so that it didn't interfere with any actors' dialogue. But since there are no actors here, we have some pre-recorded thunder, so you can get an idea of what it looks and sounds like all together. Now, the rain is going to come from an overhead sprinkler. Wait for it. There it is. Hollywood rainstorm right there. Oh, that feels nice, right? This area was used in films like Big Fat Liar, The Three Amigos, Nacho Libre. It is a beautiful effect. The best thing about Hollywood rain is that we're in complete control. We can tell it when to stop, and that's important because if you don't stop rain, you get big problems. Problems like mudslides and flooding. We don't have time for that in the movies, so you all can just sit back, relax, enjoy this rainstorm, know that we're in complete control here. Oh, we lost control, everyone. We have lost control. Hold on tight, we got a flash flood. Here's what that looked like in Big Fat Liar on your screens.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid!
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Hang on, funny wolf!
You know, Lady Gaga also filmed her Judas video out there. So if you got splashed with water today, just know you're wearing the same water that Lady Gaga was in. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, now we are going to transport you from Old Mexico right into the heart of 6 Points, which is where we made our westerns in the early days of our movie studio. Ah, the old days. Now, this area was also used by Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it was used by Steven Spielberg for The Color Purple. So Whoopi Goldberg, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Brad Pitt have all walked these streets, as well as many of our old-time Western heroes. Now, you may notice that the doorways here are not all one size because not all of those larger-than-life Western heroes were actually large.